Hey, what's up, everybody? I figured I'd discuss my review of what I thought about the movie Twisters, which comes nearly 28 years after the original movie. But unlike most sequels, it doesn't really have any connection to the original movie. Just it's more like a standalone sequel, so you don't really have to follow the events of the first movie to really see the sequel. However, I think quite honestly, I would have preferred, a direct sequel to the originals, since it would have been nice to see, Helen Hunt, return as Joe Harding, from the first film, and kind of like be like a legacy sequel where she kind of trains a new generation of storm chasers instead of the product that was the finished version. And I mean, the issue that I have with Twist is it's not so much the cast of the characters. I mean, they're all likable and all, but it kind of feels like there's no real stakes, if you want to know the honest truth. And it kind of felt like the tone of the movie was a big problem for me, because it was like the first half is more like comedy, and then it gets like more serious in the second half of the movie. And this time around, it follows the protagonist by the name of Kate, who many people already know, who played um, Kira in the Where the Crawdads Sings, and played by actress Daisy Edgar Jones. And then of course, then you have Glenn, Powell playing, Tyler Owens, is kind of like another rival storm chaser. Like Cave, who at first you think is like a big goofball, and does it for like fame and all that, but underneath the surface he's actually a very decent and caring guy. And then of course there's Kate's friend Harvey, played by Anthony Ramos, who was like a fellow survivor from a previous tornado incident that claimed the lives of Kate's boyfriend and two of her friends 5 years earlier. So she's kind of like traumatized by what happened, and she kind of wants to, in a sense, make a wrong, I guess. So she goes to New York, ends up becoming a meteorologist after the events in the beginning of the movie. And then Javi tries to convince her to chase down another storm. But it's kind of like they study it, and in a way they try to stop it before it causes more harm to nearby cities and things like that. So I would say the reason why I kind of felt Twisters were a little disappointing, because it didn't, like I said, besides not having any of the legacy characters from the original movie, it kind of felt like it was Twister in name only, rather than having anything that meant something. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Yes, it was fun, it was entertaining, decent for what it was, but I think, quite honestly, in my opinion, it could have been a lot better than it could have been, but not as bad as I thought it was going to be either. Definitely much better than that horrible long-lived movie from last week that I thought was extremely overhyped. So I would say, for those that seen the first movie, just, I guess you can see it just out of curiosity. But like I said, but since Twisters is a standalone sequel, you don't really have to see the original movie to understand it. But like I said, not bad, but not great, but could have been better, is my recap on Twisters. Alright, everyone, hope to share my review for the much anticipated Wolverine and Deadpool, which hopefully will be much better. Alright, everyone, thanks again.